Want to begin the day, of course, by saying Merry Christmas to those who celebrate Christmas. And today's topic's actually, of course, related. It's that today's the day when there will be lots of new people introduced to video games. There's still a modest, non trivial financial barrier to entry to being able to even participate in the media of video games in terms of whether or not a family has a computer capable of running sort of decent to high end games in terms of uh, consoles. Their prices have gotten better over time. They're still prohibitively expensive for many people's situations, but oftentimes, right, there's a time of year when people scrounge up, save up, set aside, make some trade-offs, and so on, to be able to gift people with access to games and other kind of media that they previously didn't maybe have in their lives. And as part of that, there's going to be a whole lot of very, 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 very beginning players. Some might be children, but some might be people of other ages who just have maybe been out of playing games for a while, who have just been on a long break, who maybe kind of never got into it, just never did a thing, and now suddenly, because of a kind significant other, or because of a parent, or just a friend, it's going to become a part of their lives. And that, of course, means that online players are, it's going to be kind of a fiasco for a little bit of lots of new people introduced at the same time who don't really know kind of the rules of the road and how things work necessarily. That always kind of sorts itself out each year. But even in single player experiences, right? This is something where lots of folks are going to kind of wade into it and try to decide, is this for them? Is this a hobby that they want to engage with further in their lives? Are they going to buy more games? Are they going to continue playing games? Are they going to see themselves as a gamer or a game playing person? Or maybe not, like someone who maybe buys or is given a skateboard, tries it out, and decides, that's for somebody and it's not for them. And I think where so often we might lose those people is in whether or not the game, whether it's online and it's the community or whether it's a single player experience, is sufficiently patient with them. I think that as a teacher, one of the core aspects of my approach to teaching, which has helped separate my ability to work with people versus some other directions and angles that people choose in life, is I go out of my way to be as patient as I can with beginners. I think that that's extremely important when someone's new to something, that there's even a very broad range of what we even say or assume are beginners. And this is something that oftentimes our games that we build kind of assume that it's for people first and foremost who have already been playing other games. And that might be okay if it's really just kind of a small audience to be played among peers, kind of personal project. But as you're trying to make something larger and larger in terms of its audience reach, in terms of its adoption for mainstream players and so on, then it's worth paying attention to how patient is the introduction of this game to new players. That really may be the deciding factor between whether or not they continue playing other games, yours or other people's, or whether or not they try it, figure out it's just not for them, and then move on. Or of course, if you're a participant in online game communities, then being kind to the new players and trying to help them find their bearings, because it very well may set them on a path in life towards playing games for the many years to come, enjoying the communities, enjoying the culture of it, including perhaps, maybe in some cases, finding their way into building games of their own and learning the technical, creative, teamwork challenges that relate around how we build our own games. But it's not going to happen unless they're welcomed in patiently as newcomers. So that's the thought for the day. I want to once again welcome all the new players out there. If you know any, be kind to them, welcome them, be a good ambassador to games and game development, if that's the angle you come at it from, or even just game playing in general. And once again, Merry Christmas to all those out there who are, if that's a holiday you celebrate. And if it's not, totally fine too. But have another video for y'all tomorrow. I've actually extended my stay here in my hometown for a few extra days, so there'll still be this backdrop another handful of times. But in time for about the new year, I'll be back in Los Angeles, back to my usual setup. I know my lighting here is not as good. I know the audio quality may not be quite the same. It's just not my usual setup. But I want to thank you for tuning in, following along, for keeping me company here on Christmas Day. I'm excited and eager and grateful to be able to continue reaching people, even when I'm away from my sort of base camp main home back in Los Angeles, here visiting family back in Missouri. That's it for now, folks. Have a good night.